In a moment, I'm going to try to read your mind. I'm going to put up some cards, and I'd like for you just to think of one. Don't tell anyone else what it is. Just think of a card and hold that card in your mind. Because in a moment, I'm going to read your mind and remove the card you're thinking of. Are you ready? There. Did I get it right? Well, did I fool you? First time I saw that trick, it really got me. Most people think of memory as a faithful recording of the past, and magicians aren't the only ones that know this isn't true. Psychologists, neuroscientists, and lawyers all know that our minds are incredibly adept at playing tricks on us. We missee things, misremember things, or miss things altogether. It's one reason we misremembered seeing certain cards. And just like when we hear the answers at trivia night, when we learn the secret, many of us feel like, I knew it all along. And while our inclination to believe we knew it all along is often harmless, it can have important consequences in other areas of our lives, such as investing. Of course, the problem is that often we actually didn't know it all along, we only feel as though we did. In psychology, this phenomenon is known as hindsight bias, and it can make us overconfident in how certain we are about our own judgments. In one survey, for example, 93% of students estimated themselves to be above average drivers. 68% of the faculty at a certain university rated themselves in the top 25% for teaching ability. And average investors often overestimate their ability to predict. And so I have a question for you. See if you can get it right. If you could go back in time and pull your money out of the market just in time to avoid losing money in the Great Recession, on what day would you have done it? Do you know? See, even if you did get it right, you have a second equally important decision to make: when to get back in. These are two questions every active investor must consistently get right every time. So on what day would you have gotten back in? Most of us are not accurately able to remember those two dates without Googling it, yet some investors still think they can accurately predict market movements going forward. Even the so-called experts weren't advising us to get back in the market when the opportunity was right. Maybe that's why only about 0.6% of professional active money managers have been able to outperform due to skill over the long term. Research has shown that most of us systematically overestimate our knowledge and our ability to predict on a massive scale. And it's often hard to convince seasoned decision makers that they might fall prey to hindsight bias. But hindsight bias can lead to poor investment decisions, and over a long period of time, it can do serious damage to your investment strategy. That's why it's so important to have a written investment policy statement that outlines the criteria you'll use to make changes to your investment plan. And working with another person who can help you avoid pitfalls, like allowing hindsight bias, emotions, and media influence to drive investment decisions, can greatly increase your chances for success.